Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. And good to have you come on with us. We sure appreciate it. And we love to say hello to a few friends as you come on when we first start here in the morning. Okay, and let me see who's going to get their notification first. Brahim from Portland, Oregon. How are you, Brahim? Michael, Norland, Andrea, Niagara Falls, I call the Trinity. You guys are unbelievable how you get up at the front. And good morning to you. Hi, Kevin, Oshawa. You're getting near that top, Kev. And Jude from Troy, New York. Good morning, Nellie. Nice to have you on this morning. Tina in Nova Scotia. Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Bonjour. Rosa from Montreal. And Lise and Marilyn, how are you from Kelowna? Nicole, Sudbury, and Georgie. Hi, Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Gloria from New York. Sharon, good morning. And Nick from our staff. Good morning, Nick. And Eric, salut mon frère. John, how are you? It's cold. Yeah, well, it's cold. Lourdes. How are you, Lourdes? Grace from Newfoundland. Lisa Marie, good morning to you. Arlene, as you can see, guys, I'm on the road today. Sandy, Vancouver, Washington, not in my studio. Wanda and Irene and Annette from New Brunswick. Bonjour, Annette. And Jeanette, hello. And Cheryl, West Virginia. Oh, I want to sing. Catherine, Springdale, Newfoundland. And Karen, good morning from Peterborough. And Chantal from Sudbury, good morning. Carol, Moncton, New Brunswick. Kathy, Port Perry. And Fran from Orangeville. A couple of more guys and we'll get going. Linda from New Brunswick. How are you? April, Oshawa. And Francis from Vaughan. Good to have you on. Lise. Hello, David, Ridgeway. Thanks for coming on, guys. Alma, how are you, Alma? And Nativity is singing on the road again. Cecilia from Shediac, New Brunswick. And Eileen, Leela from Verner. And Anna, Manitoba. And Sylvia, good morning. Okay, guys, let's get going. I got to get to these questions. And Monica in Manitoba. Okay. Someone who was asking right at the start says, Doc, what do you do for shingles? Well, remember, shingles is it's a virus that stays latent. Okay, it's the herpes virus. It comes out. Now, remember why it'll come out almost invariably: cortisol. So when you're stressed, the immune system is compromised, and the herpes virus can come out. You can get a cold sore or whatever, but the herpes zoster is what they call, what is shingles. And that's usually a combination of stress, low levels of vitamin D oftentimes, and it's a perfect storm, okay? What to do? I love, with shingles, very important, get your vitamin D levels up. I often used Navitol with vitamin D, and I would even put you on probably on our nutrient boost, the liquid multi-nutrient, which is really, really good to help to get rid of shingles. Okay, so thanks for that question. I can't even remember. I just saw it this morning scrolling by. Who was that? Rita. You have a question for us. If you have a nodule on your thyroid, does it affect its function? Well, it sure can. Doesn't always. I've seen nodules not be asymptomatic, okay? And but I've seen nodules where it slows the thyroid down, and you know that's where I would put someone on our thyroid formula. I really like even the like just the local massage of the thyroid. I find that to be effective. Take a little cream, soften up and lubricate the area, and just get right over the thyroid and start working it. But get on the thyroid formula, Rita, if you have a nodule there. But a lot of times you don't even know you have it, in a sense, because unless you feel it, it's not bothering the actual thyroid function. Okay. Diane, is there a therapeutic dose of vitamin K2 for osteoporosis? Well, I never used vitamin K2 therapeutically, in a sense that I always wanted people to eat their vitamin K2. Certain vitamins you should be eating. When you eat eggs, meat, and cheese, you are eating your vitamins, okay? Like, you don't need vitamin K2 in a sense. The only time I suggest vitamin K2 as a supplement is when you are using vitamin D. I like vitamin K2. With vitamin D, we put the MK7, which is one of the best forms of vitamin D, vitamin K2. But I would rather you, Diane, I would rather you literally eat cheese, eat eggs, eat meat. You got a lot of vitamin K2 in there. Okay, so to take vitamin K2 separately, I just never really did it in my practice. I got people eating their vitamin K2. And like I said, therapeutically, if you are, it's important to take that vitamin D with osteoporosis. Either you have it to treat it or to prevent it. You guys know that. I'm huge on that. Okay? So, but if you got it, it would be in micrograms. And I almost have to look it up. And, okay. So here's a good question. Tammy's asking, is higher doses of vitamin D associated with arrhythmias? If so, why does it happen? Okay, I've never seen vitamin D, high doses of vitamin D affect arrhythmia. Arrhythmia just means, the fluttering of the heart. And your heart is an electrical grid. And no, Tammy, first time I've ever heard of that. I've never seen it in all my years of practice that someone developed with higher dose. By the way, on vitamin D, they got the math wrong. I said this almost 50 years ago. Their calculations for the amount of vitamin D a person needs was based originally on very poor mathematics. And that's why they've always given vitamin D. And they were always scared of it based on the fact that it's fat soluble. Well, so what? To be toxic in vitamin D is almost impossible. Okay, so and then for someone to get arrhythmias because they're taking higher dose, what is a higher dose? 5,000 IUs, 10,000 IUs? I take 10,000 IUs. Like this time of the year, I'm taking, for me personally, 10,000 IUs. But I never saw it in practice, Tammy. So perhaps for you, everybody's an individual. Put your thumb up. You've got a different fingerprint than I do. Everybody's different. For some people, look, drinking water bothers them. Everybody's an individual. So if you find, but I guess I should Google it and see if anybody else has got arrhythmias, but I've never heard of it, honestly, in all my years. Vitamin D is so good for your heart. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's a very powerful antioxidant. It's so good for your blood vessels, to protect your blood vessels, the little endothelial layer of the Teflon layer of your blood vessels. I just don't see it. Anyway, Donna, I can't take any magnesium. Again, Donna. I don't want to use the word weird. Let's say you are unique, okay? I can't take any magnesium, she says. Okay, that's you. Now, one thing that I would get you to try, and maybe you've tried it, because you can take magnesium by getting into a bath. Take a hot bath with magnesium salts, Epsom salts. If you can't take magnesium orally, then take it that way. It's a good way to get your magnesium. Put a cup of Epsom salts in a warm bath. Very, very good for you. The magnesium gets right into your body. So somebody that, and Donna says, because I can't take magnesium, does that mean I'm going to die early? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But it's different. Like, I can't, I'm trying to think, in all my years, did I ever meet anybody that couldn't take magnesium? I know that some people, this is the reason we have two magnesiums, by the way. We have magnesium citrate, which I love. The most bioavailable magnesium is citrate, okay? And biglycinate is a very, very good magnesium. And the reason we offer two is because some people, okay? Some people, the citrate bothers them, okay? It bothers their bowel. And they get a loose stool with that. Some people. So for those people, we tell them to take biglycinate, but both of them are equally good. And if you can't take either one of them, then take an Epsom salt bath, okay? It's a good way to get your magnesium. Okay, thank you very much for the question, Donna. And I don't think, Donna, you're going to die young. I love it. Okay, Cecilia, I am on the 24th day of the reset. Okay, well, good for you. And I've noticed my tinnitus is more noticeable, louder after a week. Is this the result of my body getting rid of toxins? Could be, possibly. Tinnitus, okay, generally, if you look at my list of downstream symptoms of insulin resistance, tinnitus is one of them. Okay, a lot of people, they don't realize that tinnitus, they get tinnitus and they don't know what the cause is, but a lot of times it's because their insulin resistance is and it affects their ears. It can affect your eyes. It can affect, you name any organ in your body from your toes to your nose. Insulin resistance can affect you, including tinnitus. It's not always the case, but it's often the case. So usually tinnitus gets better on the, Cecilia, on the reset. Now, if it got worse a little bit, for you, it could be because you're detoxifying, and that's a possibility. And with tinnitus, I always liked Navitol. It was one of my go-tos, pine bark extract with tinnitus. Thank you for the question. Tracy, please advise for a friend who had bilateral fasciotomies for the leg compartment syndrome. No fun. That's where they untrap the nerve and blood vessels. People that have those problems are no fun at all. I would have her on the curcumin at a high dose and high DHA and Navitol because of the nitric oxide opening up. They'll heal a lot quicker with that. Okay, so if they got that leg compartment syndrome, no fun under the sun. But that's what I would have them do. Thanks, Tracy, for the question. Jacques, we all know that liver is the best food. You got it, okay? Steak is better. Wow, liver is better, but I don't like liver, okay? And why do they say not to eat moose and deer liver? Because it's toxic. It contains too much mercury. Well, usually I've heard that before. I had people who live on moose meat or venison, deer. And when I tested them for heavy metals, I never found them to be any worse than anyone else when they were eating the livers. Listen, I guess, calf liver is probably better than that, but I hate to discourage people from eating liver. By the way, your liver, Jacques, your liver, when your liver is empty and working properly, you're going to detoxify even that heavy metal. Okay? I hate to discourage anyone from eating moose meat or venison. I know a lot of people, they love that stuff and eat the organs. I hate to discourage people from that. Okay? And because the liver really is so good for you. Like liver, I wish I liked it. I like steak better. Okay, thanks for the question, Jacques. And like I said, I never really saw people coming toxic from that, but I know they say that about it. Jerry, are microwave ovens harmful to our health? I don't think they're harmful. It's probably not the best way because of the very high heat. I think you would lose some nutrients. So I would suggest to people, look, when you're on the Titanic, don't worry about rearranging the deck chairs. I mean, if you are going to heat up a meal in, like you had it in the fridge and you want to put it in the microwave, I don't get too crazy about, look, get yourself healthy, and then when you do, and if you decide, you know what, I don't really like microwaving the food, good for you. I agree. I don't disagree with it. I'm just saying that I don't put you haven't heard me talk about that too much because I don't put my emphasis there. I want people to choose the right foods. And how you heat them up, yeah, I guess for sure on the stove is better for you probably. But I look at the big picture first, and then you can start rearranging the deck chairs and the furniture on the Titanic. If you're on the Titanic, turn the boat around or get in a lifeboat because you got to change your health. And I don't emphasize, I'm not a nitpicker, if you know what I mean by that. I look at things generally. I want you to lower your insulin. If you lower your insulin and you fix leaky gut, you fix 99% of all the problems. And then you can start, I want to eat organic. I want to do this. I don't want to use a microwave. I agree with that, too. I do. I just don't emphasize it first, if you know what I mean by that. Okay, let's see. That was Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Rita. I don't know if it's the same Rita or another Rita. Can electric blankets cause or impact such health conditions or cancer or heart issues? Not that I know of. Again, I guess, I remember electric blankets used to be big even when I was a kid. I don't know who came up with it first, but I remember my grandma, my mamae, she had an electric blanket, probably in the early 60s, okay? Maybe a little earlier than that I remember. But are they dangerous? I don't think so. We got bigger fish to fry as to whether an electric blanket would bother you at all. I don't know. I haven't read any research that tells us not to use it. I just don't see them very much anymore. Are they still popular? Okay, thanks for wait a minute. I said, can magnetic health products cause or impact health such as, okay, so now magnetic blankets. I say this, Rita, that really is not my area of expertise. Okay, I know people use some magnetic products, and when it came to copper and that kind of thing, and copper bracelets and this and that and the other thing, it really wasn't my expertise. I was more food. Look, it's not that I don't know stuff about alternative medicine or whatever. Of course I do. I let other people sort of specialize in that. I specialize more in insulin and the products with the big conditions like heart disease and cancer, and like magnetic, I don't know, electric blankets, I don't know. I'm not sure if they have any impact at all. I wouldn't put it on the top of my list. I'd put it down near the bottom of my list of things that would concern me for that, okay? I hope I answered your question, Rita. I appreciate it, okay? Helen, would A2 milk be better to make my kefir other than cream? A2 milk, I know it's out there. It's, it's the Casein, okay? Casein, I don't know what people say. I call it Casein. That is the milk protein. And there's A1, A2. I just don't want people drinking milk. Now, if you want to make used milk, would A2 be better? Probably. I'd like if you got a cow in the backyard, drink that milk. Otherwise, I don't want you drinking milk. You don't need to drink milk. And A2 milk, in order to make, your kefir, I don't know. Would that be a better? It might be. I'm not saying no to it. Go for it. You're making kefir. Okay? So don't drink it. You don't need to drink it. No, nobody needs to drink milk. Drink water and coffee. Linda, my husband's body temperature is always very hot. Oh, that man is hot. Good for him. Except that when he noticed that when we do the reset and stick to it, his body temperature lowers. Well, probably has to do with some his testosterone going up. He's got less estrogen because he's doing the reset. Better for him. You tell your husband, Linda, that he's weird, okay? You can say it. I'm not saying it to him. You say it. Okay. Okay, Patricia, what helps vaginal prolapse, progesterone? Did I answer this the other day? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I probably did. I'm a big guy. Elevate the progesterone. Get on the menopausal formula. I like elevating that progesterone. I think it's really important that you do that. Okay, I think I got through. Hold on now. Yeah, I think I got every question there. If I missed any, would you let me know? And I can touch on it this week. Okay, so we got a great week coming, guys. Lots of new studies out that I've been flagging so that we'll discuss them. And if you have any questions, send them into info@martinclinic.com, info@martinclinic.com. Join our private Facebook group if you're not in it. For those folks who are in the Sudbury area and have signed up for tomorrow night's, I'm going to be appearing with Rachel Rocha, pharmacist, integrative pharmacist, and Karen Hordovenko tomorrow night at Collège Boréal. And for those folks that are coming, hey, I'm happy you're coming. Well, I want to meet you. Okay, so if we don't have time before we give our talk, stick around after. I'd be happy to answer your questions. for those of you who are coming to that seminar, Collège Boréal in Sudbury tomorrow night. Okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.